Gamers! Whose content have we got on our sites today? Who are we going to steal from this evening? My YouTube chat has given me a recommendation. Ranking every cup in Mario Kart Deluxe by Odyssey Central. Now, guys, you all know what to do! Like the video, okay? If we're going to steal someone's video, we might as well give him a like at least, right? Go give it a like! I'll subscribe if his opinions are good. I've just recently done my cup rankings. So let's see how different my ones are to Odyssey Central's.
And let's jump right into the worst cup. 3 years and 12 cups later, I still ended up having the exact same worst cup. 24, the Banana Cup.
Way! Odyssey Central on the right side of history, the worst cup ever made! Yes! We love Odyssey Central. He's one for one in terms of good opinions. Can he keep it going? Also, do you like Warriors Gold Mine? I just want to know because it's my favorite course in the series. Who's going to tell him?
And the reason I think it deserves last place is just because it doesn't really have a standout track. Aesthetically, there's nothing interesting here. It's pretty much just a desert. This also didn't receive many updates from the original track, pretty much just adding the small oasis to—
I really like the addition of the oasis. Why does everyone hate this bit? I like this bit. This bit's good. This bit's good.
Far from the worst track in the game, but also not a track I'm ever going out of my way to race on.
DK Jungle slander. I will be there. No matter what.
Yeah, the Banana Cup is just filled with okay tracks.
The trophy at the end is better than the entire cup.
23, the Cherry Cup.
Okay, let me refer to my tier list. Did he cook? He did cook. Okay, we are aligned.
While I would say it has a higher high than the Banana Cup, its lows are so much lower. Normally I wouldn't mind having a few similar aesthetics, but there are 14 of these city tracks, so it got really old. Since these tracks also have to stick to their real-world counterparts, many of them just have extremely long and boring straightaways with basically no obstacles.
Wait, you don't like driving through sports stadiums and like city and then buildings and then more city? You don't like doing that, Odyssey? What do you mean? You should name your channel to City Central. We all love that sort. We love cities, don't we, guys? Cities are great. You should move to city. I love the hustle and bustle of the big city.
22, the Mushroom Cup. The first Nitro Cup to appear.
Mushroom Cup. That's a bit mean, isn't it? The Mushroom Cup is fine. I gave it a C+. I gave it a C+. Come on. It's okay. The 22nd worst? I think that's a little harsh. I'm not going to defend this in court. I do think this is harsh, though.
Now, seeing that it is the first, it does make sense that the tracks here would be a bit more on the generic side.
Yeah.
I mean, first track is Mario Kart Stadium, and as first tracks in Mario Karts go, it's one of the better ones. In fact, I'd probably say it's my favorite.
Surely it earns a few more spots for that at least, right? At least.
Water Park, on the other hand, is one I'm not too fond of. First off, that is the most boring name imaginable.
I'm telling you guys. Oh, please, 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 let me discover the multiverse. Please, Lord God, please, let me discover the multiverse. I guarantee you, if there's an alternate universe, which is the exact same as this one, except this was called Waluigi's Water Pavilion, you motherfuckers would have ate this shit up for dinner. I guarantee it. The name.
Apparently, the Wa in water is supposed to be like Wario, but shut up, that's stupid. This is supposed to—
Holy reach, Batman, where did you get that from? Who told you that? Who the fuck told this man that? Have you guys ever heard that? Did he just make that? It's probably not that funny, but holy shit, it caught me off guard. I'm always going to say the WA stood for Waluigi because of like the Waluigi seabed thing. But no, they're just like, shut up. Good meme, Odyssey, man. Good meme.
Sweet Sweet Canyon has a really fun aesthetic.
So guys. Sweet Sweet Canyon has Swe, which means it takes place in Sweden. Just saying, guys, just saying.
Has a really fun aesthetic. Sadly,
so if he says Sweet Canyon, he said Sweden has a fun aesthetic. Sweden has cities. Yeah, so now you have to change your name to City Central. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
So overall, the Mushroom Cup works great for a tutorial, but in turn, that means it's pretty basic. Still though, Thwomp Ruins manages to stand out as being pretty good, so it's
I don't know, I'd give it a bit more credit. I still think 22 is a bit harsh though. Like, I think his points that he's made is valid, but considering the points you've made, I'd give it a bit more credit. Does that make sense? I don't know.
21, the Boomerang. This is our other—
Whoa, hang on. Hold up. Get that Luigi out the screen. He does not want to see this. Excuse me? This is like one of the good ones. Let's refresh our memory real quick. Bangkok, Mario Circuit, Waluigi Stadium, Singapore Speedway. Singapore Speedway alone has enough quality to bring it at least here, alone. And then you get Waluigi Stadium, which is great. DS Mario Circuit, serviceable. And oh my god, which is another... Brother, you gotta explain it to me, brother. You gotta explain it to me.
First cup to come with 2 cities, so it's understandable seeing it this low.
No, it's not. You can't just say perchance. You can't just say that and get away with it. Oh, it has 2 cities, so it's fine if I rank it this low. Kid named Singapore? Hello? Brother, what are you talking about? Normally, I would agree with you. If a cup is sandwiched between 2 cities, generally on average, it's probably going to be a shit cup. Brother, did you forget Singapore existed? Oh, you thought you could sneak that statement past Sir Misty? Not happening, Mr. Odyssey, man. Not happening. Listen, you gotta dance for me, pretty bro. I'm gonna start shooting your feet. You better jump up, superstar. You better jump up. God damn, my man.
Mario Circuit DS, on the other hand, makes me angry. In a vacuum, this track is not that bad. Let me put it to you this way. This was the last DS track they ever added to the Booster Course Pass.
Oh, this poor guy. Do you know what? I feel bad. This was 3 months ago. Because, like, for me, if you're asking me right now, Mister, are you still upset Airship is not in the game? A little bit, but, like, I'm kind of over it, you know? It's like, okay, DS Mario Circuit's here, whatever, we'll get it in the next one. Mission failed, we'll get it next time. And I get it, listen, everyone takes a different amount of time to go over their trauma, but it'll be in the next game, Odyssey, don't worry, okay? Listen, we're chill, okay, we're chill.
There are so many other legendary DS tracks that should have been in far before this track was even considered. Aside from Toad's Factory, pretty much my entire list of most wanted tracks come from DS.
Every Mario Kart content creator has their bias. Most of the time it's Wii. Mine is GBA and GCN. His is obviously DS. Spongy in the chat is DS as well. Alfonzo is anything Cheap Sheep related, even though Cheap Sheep Lagoon is a pile of shit. You know how it is, right? You know how it is. Everyone has their bias.
Luckily though, Waluigi Stadium from Double Dash is just as fun as ever. It's one of the best looking tracks in the Booster Course Pass as well. Singapore Speedway ends this off, and it's actually alright. It still does have many of the same city pitfalls, but it does have a lot of unique elements. Aesthetically, it's also great. I love the colors here, and the song is pretty good too.
Brother, you said nothing but nice things. Hey, you said nothing but nice. I was hoping that, like, you would mention some of the bad of Singapore, but you said, oh, it's just pretty... I guess he's being vague because he's doing his 90s. He said he was going to be vague in the beginning, I suppose, but... Fuck, man, like, I feel like he just ranked Singapore low because it's just a city. Even by track standards, it's good because... Speed. You cannot go wrong with speed. It's one of those design concepts that just always works. If a track is just themed off of speed, it guarantees at least in the top half. Does that make sense?
20, the Shell Cup. This was the game's first record.
Shell Cup. I think I put Shell Cup in D, so what does he have at 20th? Close enough, close enough.
And it may be a bit controversial to say, but I think this might actually be my least favorite of the bunch. Now, yes, the car gimmick is really cool. I have a lot of fun trying not to run into them. Thing is, though, the cars used to be way harder to avoid in the original, which I thought was more fun.
This is one of those rare instances where I wholeheartedly disagree. I love bull crunching difficulty in my Mario Kart just out of nowhere. I love that sort of thing, don't get me wrong. I love it. But this, combined with 64's physics, is just way too unfair. You have to be a pro player to thread this gap. And I just don't... I think that's a bit much. That's where I draw the line. Okay, I like bull crunching nonsense difficulty. I play on frantic items for fun. This is just too much. For a Flower Cup track as well.
Cars used to be...
Even in the footage he shows, he hits it.
The Shell Cup's tracks are all just pretty solid. No full-on stinkers here, but it's held back by the lack of a true highlight.
He put that above Boomerang, by the way, just to clarify, guys. Remember, he put Shell above this. Just remember that. Just
19, the Golden Dash Cup. This was the very first cup of the Booster Course Pass. Paris Promenade starts this cup, and I actually don't dislike this one too much. It might just be because it was the first city, but I actually kind of like the layout. I especially enjoy how after the glider, you have the choice to take a faster path to the left, or get an item box on a slightly slower route. Your hand is awful.
I didn't know the item path was slow. Interesting.
Luckily, this cup picks up with the Choco Mountain remake. This got a lot of great changes from its Mario Kart 64 version, with not only expanding on the cave section, but also adding in a glider ramp. To this day, it's still one of my favorite Booster Course Pass editions, which is surprising because I wasn't too big of a fan of the original.
Choco Mountain, what do you think of the original versus the new version? I thought the original was just okay, and I think the remake is just okay. I like when people say it got like a massive glow up or like, oh, it's so much worse. I'm just like, I think both of them are just okay. The only thing I think the new one misses out on is that they fenced off the rails so you can't fall off, which I miss. I miss that. I miss that sort of bull crunching nonsense. Chocolate Midton, C to B. I really like both. I miss the falling off the team. Chocolate Mountain was definitely one of the most impressive retro courses from the first wave. By first wave standards, I don't disagree, but like as a track though, I'm just like, you know, like, do I give it credit for having a better glow up than Toad Circuit, arguably Coconut Mall? Some people would argue that. Maybe, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just not giving enough credit. Maybe you guys are giving it too much credit. I don't know. I would say you guys are giving it too much credit because I'm correct. I am the streamer. I am the correct one. You guys are all wrong.
The Leaf Cup.
Leaf Cup. Where did I put Leaf Cup? I put Leaf Cup at the very bottom. Or like amongst the stinkers. Because the only good one was Music Park.
It will be somewhat controversial as there are...
Yes.
2 tracks that I hear people generally really like, but I only think they're okay. The first of them is what kicks this off with Wario Stadium from Mario Kart DS. I've always just been more of a Waluigi Stadium fan myself.
You tell him, hey, don't hear it from me, hear it from him. Hey, one more time for the people at the back, all right?
I've always just been more of a Waluigi Stadium fan myself. This track did get a few
Thank
new
you.
additions like an anti-gravity and... Now the real hot take comes with Music Park.
Don't do it, Odyssey. I will not be your one-up girl if you say something horrible about this. Don't you fucking dare.
I think this track is just okay.
Mods,
crush your skull, thank you.
send them home. So everyone get your pitchfork ready.
Listen, I love the theme here a lot, having us race on several different musical instruments.
So why did you say it's just okay then, brother?
But I just don't find actually racing here all that exciting.
You did. Listen, I'm gonna listen. Take it from a guy who edits YouTube video. Okay, editing is a very powerful tool. Okay, if you're gonna say something with your voice, the video has to back that up. You just said the track is not all that.
On several different musical instruments, but I just...
And you show one of the cooler set pieces theming wise. You drive on a piano, then you drive on a xylophone, then you drive on a glockenspiel, and then you have to time the music to dodge the music. You've just back to back shown what makes this track so intricate and interesting. It sticks to the theming so well. Brother.
A track with a great layout, though, is Yoshi Valley.
Calm down, Misty. He's just trying to get in the video, Misty. He's just trying to get in the video. There's no way. There's no way, brother. There's no way. I'm sorry. There's just I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I just don't. It's not even that I disagree. I just don't believe you. There is no way you said Music Park has a mid layout, and then this is better. This is better. Do you mean left turn again? Is that what you mean is better?
Easily my favorite track of this cup. Its gimmick is that there are just a billion different routes you can take here. And
yeah, and then when you figure out it's left again, the track is broken. Hey, listen, hey, I'm shit at Mario Kart. I will say it from the heavens. The only Mario Kart I'm even remotely good at is Super Circuit, the one that no one fucking cares about. But if I, the casual Andy, can figure out it's just left and left again, believe me, everyone in the universe has, brother. Everyone in the Central has, brother. What are you talking about? What are you on about? What is Blood waffling about? Blood thinks he's part of the team. Blood is cooked. Blood, blood. What?
Well, yes, the left path is definitely the only one you should ever
Yes! You say it! You say it as much! What when he says it?
I still just love this idea.
No, it's shit! I could see you maybe giving it credit in the N64 when this concept was really unique. By 8 standards though? It's the same issue I have with Rosalina Ice World fans. With some vague references to Galaxy, and that's called good theming to you, you need to raise your standards. It's the same with Yoshi Valley. In the original, the extra enemies that they add makes taking the shortest path actually quite a tough decision. In this game, when controls are so tight and intricate, is that Goomba ever going to stop you from taking the second fastest path? Is this bridge ever going to stop you from taking that? You've never thought about that. I'm going to say it. This is just a bad take. This is just bad. You're bad, Odyssey, man. You're bad.
A lot of great set pieces here, too, like the super skate.
Again, the power of editing is phenomenal, guys. You can gaslight an entire universe with the power of editing. Even in your video, you just show left and left again.
Which that acts as a dangerous shortcut, or that's stupid egg that ruins my day.
I hate taking into account skill levels because I think that it fundamentally kills any and all nuanced discussion you can have. But if you genuinely think that shortcut is tough and the egg is a valid hazard, I'm going to say skill issue. I'm going to say the phrase. I'm going to say it. I'm going to be honest with you. Ban me from my own chat. I'm banned, guys. I'm banned. I'm banned.
Overall solid choice. 17, the Flower Cup. It's been a little bit since we've encountered a Nitro Cup, and I guess it makes
17th. I'll put it in C. 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th. So I've got mine 16th. These guys say that's fine. Okay.
Continue down the list. With
pretty aligned.
As I think the first track, Mario Circuit, is very underrated.
The U word had gamers. Odyssey Central has said the forbidden word. He has used the U word in the Sir Musty stream, which is a hate crime in these parts. Excuse me, Mr. Odyssey Central. You have an uphill battle of convincing us why this track is in fact underrated. Because if you ask me, I think it's correctly rated in that it's kind of bland. So you have to convince us otherwise. Do tell.
The anti-gravity gimmick in a really cool way, as the entire track is placed on a Mobius strip, meaning you drive on both sides.
Thank you for clarifying what a Mobius strip is. Secondly, I think I've mentioned this before when it comes to anti-grav. Yeah, it makes the backgrounds look cool, but am I racing on the backgrounds? Am I racing on the upside down Peach's castle? No, I just look at this, I go, oh, that looks kind of cool. Maybe the first couple times. Am I playing this track for the first time? I'm playing it for the 10 millionth time, brother, because someone keeps picking it online. Stop picking it online. He cares more about the idea than the execution. I'm also sometimes can be an ideas guy too, but like I want those like high-end ideas. Like for example, I give Grumble credit for the idea, the concept of a stage getting narrower as it and falling apart as it goes. Concept-wise, that's phenomenal. I just hate racing on it. The theming doesn't interest me, so I rank it low as a result. He's a lot more generous than I am, I suppose.
My favorite Mario circuit. Toad Harbor is another course I'm a fan of. There are several alternate paths, whether it be going onto the boats,
I'm not disagreeing with you here, brother.
Even riding on the walls. Heck, you can even cross the finish line by going on the train tracks instead of the main.
I've always done that too.
Tracks like Shy Guy Falls, which is definitely my favorite. Using anti-gravity to go up and down waterfalls was such a creative idea, and I think they executed it perfectly.
True.
I also just love the general aesthetic of this track.
True.
The song and setting go super well together.
True.
We're really starting to see a rise in quality with the Flower Cup here. 16, the Bell Cup.
Oh my God!
Bell Cup. You mean the cup that I ranked the best in the entire game? You mean the same cup that has 4 of the best tracks to ever grace this entire series? You're not convincing me on this, Odyssey Central. You're definitely not. I'm telling you that now. You're not convincing me. I'll let you cook, though. I'll let you cook.
This is our first Mario Kart 8 DLC cup, meaning it's a mix of both retros and originals. First, we have Neo Bowser City from Mario Kart 7, one of my least favorite tracks in the game.
I still don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say. I've reached an anger nirvana. Do you know? I don't know if you guys, to explain this in Pokemon terms. Do you know how like Primeape is just a really angry monkey Pokemon, right? But then he evolves into Annihilate, where he gets so angry he just literally dies. So he just stands there and just stares. I have now evolved into an Annihilate. I'm just standing there, staring right into his soul.
Now, this track is extremely controversial, being pretty much a 50-50 split between loving it or hating it.
50-50 split between right and wrong, between racists and non-racists, between right side of history and kick dogs for fun.
The slippery controls from the rain do not help with that either.
Guys, I am lifting the curtain. This is me lifting the curtain. Guys, one after another, let's all say the line in unison, guys. 1, 2, 3. Skill issue. Jesus Christ. This one time only. You can say the phrase, and I will not ban you from my chat, because I think it's a discussion-killing phrase. I'm now closing the curtains. The phrase is now banned. Again.
The aesthetic has also just never been one I'm a fan of, so I have basically nothing to like about this
Blood does not like cities.
track. On the other hand, though, Ribbon Road is one of the best remakes in the game.
Hey, listen, I didn't say it. Hey, I didn't say it. I didn't say Odyssey Central. I'm just endorsing it. Good meme.
In short, the aesthetic is better, the added shortcuts are fantastic, the wavy road is perfect, the glider section with the clown cars is awesome, and there's just so much more. Genuinely one of the best tracks in the franchise. And then there's Super Bell Subway.
Oh, don't you...
But then Big Blue comes in to save the day. So yeah, the Bell Cup has extremely low lows, but also very high highs. In the end though, this ranking is about consistency, and I feel like the way this balances out means it has to place on the lower end.
No, you're right. I actually agree with you. It's high highs and low lows, so you're going to lower its ranking because of that. I need you to do the impossible task of pointing to me where the lows are. Because as far as I'm concerned, skill issue. And as far as I'm concerned, you're just wrong. Your opinion is wrong. I am correct.
Here. 15, the Lucky Cat Cup.
So I put this in B. So 50, you put this in 15th place. So I have it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I put this in 12th place, so bit of variance, a bit of variance.
It starts off with Tokyo Blur, the worst and most boring city track by far. But it
He's cooking again, guys. He's cooking again.
Now on the DS, this track never really stood out to me. But
True!
Here, I actually love this track a lot.
True! Oh, okay. Now he's trying to win me back. He's trying to win me back. He's trying to smooth talk. Trying to smooth talk me. Odyssey Central. I'm going to be a married man soon, okay? Stop trying to whisper sweet nothings.
Often. This also just has one of my favorite songs in the game, so this was a surprise hit for
Okay.
me.
Listen.
The Garden makes me angry. If you ignore that this is a retro track, then it's fine. It'd basically just be a worse Cloud Top Cruise, but there's really nothing wrong with that. As a remake of Sky Garden, though, this is atrocious.
He's whispering sweet nothings into my ears, guys, okay? Shroomage was great in the DS. I think the problem with Shroomage on the DS is that, like, I think it was surrounded by so many other fantastic tracks that it was, like, overlooked. In fact, you know what? The word actually applies to Shroomage on the DS. I think it was underrated on the DS because I think there was just so many other standout quality tracks near it that I didn't really get the chance to shine. But in Wave 1, when there was not really a lot of quality in terms of, like, the overall wave, this one, it was able to stand out.
Oh boy, another cup that's half mid and half great.
Wait, half mid? Wait, Madrid? Hang on. Hold up. I nearly forgot about Madrid. Oh, man, do you know what? I have to give Albert Boris some props, right? She overrated the tour tracks as far as I'm concerned. I'd say she was way too generous. The ones that are just like, oh, it's a real city, so it's... You guys bore me. I'd rather the Albert Borises in the world where they're like, oh, it's a real city. It looks so cool. Geography. Oh, yes, I love it. I'm Albert Boris. Arlo was the same as well. Arlo was the same. It was just like, we're just not as fun as Mario World. You're just doing the same thing, aren't you? You fucking...
This cup starts off with Madrid Drive, and wow, another basic city.
Again, he just... You're all the same. All of you Mario Kart YouTubers are just the same. Oh, it's a city based on a real life. I don't leave my house because I don't shower. So I hate real life cities. Fuck geography. Fuck history. I just want to be my play pretend soy Mario World. That's how you sound.
World is boring. You know how
hey, finally. Yes, finally, some good fucking food.
Blame was generic. Well, this is probably just as bad. No amount of Mario Galaxy references can save this track.
Yes! Everyone nod. We're just going to nod this entire section, guys, because he's just going to cook.
It is a bit sad that this is the only Retro's Bowser Castle to get added, but they did a great job with it, so I'm not too mad. The best track is definitely what we end off with, though, being Wii Rainbow Road, one of the best courses.
I wholeheartedly disagree with your Madrid take, but sure. Yeah.
The Turnip Cup.
I think I rated that low, didn't I? I literally put that in the bottom. It was 6th from bottom. So he'd put that where I put rock, basically. He put that like B, essentially. I don't know what his tiered delineations are, but he would put this in the same place I put rock. He puts this that high. This is turnip, by the way. This is turnip. This is turnip. Remember, he put Spiny Cup lower than, like, this is higher than Spiny Cup.
Next up is... Luckily, Calamari Desert from Mario Kart 64 is phenomenal. It was already one of the best tracks in that game, but this also got...
He's been infected with syphilicitis. He loves trains. I don't think the remix's good, but the word phenomenal and phenomenal in the original? Brother.
Even with that fantastic remake, it does not compare to Waluigi Pinball, one of the best tracks in the series. Aesthetically, this does not disappoint, being one of the best looking tracks in the entire DLC.
Do you know what? It's actually quite refreshing to hear someone give this track the praise it deserves when the trend in like modern day Mario Kart discourse is to say, oh, it's Mitch. It's Mitch. It's actually genuinely quite refreshing, you know? I like it.
The only negative I have about this
is the guttable. Mention the guttable. I would take this whole video back if you mentioned the guttable.
That I am really annoyed it didn't get a new remix.
Fuck. Oh no, you would... Oh, he was so close. He mentioned the wrong thing. The music's just no Odyssey, man. We were cooking. We were going to be friends. I was going to invite you to the cookout. To this day, this story... okay, in principle, I understand it. The fact that it's the only one that didn't get a new remix, on a principled level, I can understand it. I still think the remix is fantastic, and I think it serves both tracks well.
12, the Moon Cup.
He put it in 12th. I put it in 15th. I put it in C+. He rates this a little higher than mine. Remember, this is above Spiny. Remember, guys, this is above Spiny and Boomerang. And what was in Moon? Let's just remember. I think Moon has Rainbow Road, so... If anything, it's Jova, we're Soberak. It's Jova, we're Soberak. literally, what's it? This is literally my opinion, honestly. If anything, I'm the music guy. I rate the OST by bopping my head and humming along every now and again. So I know everything about music. You stick to your Mario Odyssey, man.
We got Berlin Byway.
The worst tour track ever made?
It's got cars on it, which makes it slightly more interesting than your average city, but it's still not one I'm ever going out of my way to pick. Peach Gardens from Mario Kart DS on
You love Peach Gardens, Odyssey Central. At the threat of your own life. You love Peach Gardens.
Has always been one of my favorites, and the remake...
Yeah! I've wired the money to your account, Agent 47.
The last lap, you actually go through the...
High five, Luigi. Mention high-fiving Luigi, please.
It's one of the very few remakes.
And I will subscribe. I will subscribe.
They even added a glider ramp at the backwards part so you can high-five Luigi.
We are so back. We are in, gamers. I want to see that. I want to see our next video on my sub box so I can disagree with you some more.
Merry Mountain, though, is kind of mixed for me. I think it starts pretty great. I love the Christmas aesthetic, and they have a few alternate paths you can take, but now it's time to be a Grinch. The ending of
Hey, what do you mean? Hey, Odyssey? What the hell? This track is amazing. Are you kidding me? It's so good. It's Christmas.
I mean, it's still
oh, come on. It's easy, yes. Okay, but could you stop calling me blusty, please? That just sounds weird.
11, the Propeller Cup.
Propeller Cup. Where's the Propeller Cup? I'll put this amongst the worst of the worst. Yeah, oh, okay, yeah. This had, like, fucking nothing. Mushroom George is absolutely trying his hardest, but it fails to carry the whole world of mid. And he put this 11th. Just narrowly missing the top 10. Brother.
Guys, I think we're finally free from the split cups. That's all because I actually...
Who let him cook?
Not only is the music here easily the best of the cities, but the layout is pretty fun too. It's still not a standout track by any means, but getting a city that I
agreeable take.
Next up is Snowland from Super Circuit, and this definitely got a glow up. Not only is the added verticality to this track a great addition, but the penguins also just act as really fun obstacles. Okay, the real reason this is better is because it doesn't have the screen shake.
It's nice that it doesn't shake, but with a track that doesn't shake, what are you left with? You're just left with a mid track. Like, I feel like you're giving it too much credit for just not shaking anymore. Because yeah, you have a nice ramp, I suppose. What else?
And it's just as fun to bounce on the mushrooms as ever.
No, it's not. It's not. And I'm not even being different. Like, play the original and then play this back to back. Trust me, these mushrooms are fucking boneless, I'm telling you.
My favorite part about this, though, is 100% the gap jump. It's one of the trickiest cuts in 8 Deluxe, but you save so much time if you land it that it's...
So you like the gap jump, but you hate the hairpins in Neo Bowser City. Mr. Odyssey, hang on. I've been given a transcript of your recent bank account statements, and it says here that you got a 10k payment from the Wii Mafia. Could you explain that, please? Is there anything? Has your opinion been paid off by any? I'm not making any allegations. I'm just saying it's a bit weird that one day before this video was posted, you got a 10k settlement. I'm just saying.
Unlike the other tracks that have water physics, it feels really out of place here. On top of that, the camera just breaks sometimes, not letting you see where you're going after this jump. The aesthetic too just doesn't look good. But yeah,
I think this is one of the very, very few instances where it's a BCP track and still looks kind of good. Looks wise, I think the more stylized, popping out color scheme of the BCP actually fits this track very well. This looks nice. This looks really, really nice for a BCP track. I don't disagree, it's mid, but I think to clown on the aesthetics, it's just a bit mean, if you ask me.
10, the Rock Cup. London Loop is boring. Got absolutely nothing notable and just feels about as generic as a...
Chomp off the chain!
So moving past it...
He didn't mention the chomp off the... Racist. He hates British people. He hates British people. We all hate British people too. We hate ourselves, so you know what I'm saying.
This one is always just a blast to race on, and since this remake executed its theme so much better than the original, it gets to be my favorite underwater ghost track in this game.
Again, it's like if I said I'm the #1 black Somalian British Mario Kart YouTubers, you know, it's like I've created a category where I'm like the only one, so of course I'm the best. London Loop is the best London track in Mario Kart. Yeah, exactly. That's basically what he's done.
So yeah, 9, the Acorn Cup. This is our first...
Whoa! Whoa, 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 brother. Whoa, hang on. Normally I like to look up where I put it and where you put it. Whoa, what the hell? Oh my God, no way. What a brother, hold on, brother, hold on. Who let him cook? Who let him cook? This is above Spiny? This is above Boomerang? Brother. There's not a single good track here. This one's been butchered. This one's shit. And this one is kind of boring.
First cup in a while to have no stinkers. Rome Avanti.
No stinkers. None of them. In a cup full of stinkers.
Despite being another city, is actually quite good as it implements the Colosseum.
Of all the city tracks to give... credit to, fucking Rome Avanti. Rome. You said Madrid. You didn't even give Singapore Speedway its plaudits. Rome. Fucking hell, bruv. I know they say when in Rome, do as the Romans do, but no, don't do as the Romans do.
No, even the city portion itself has a few enemies.
Non-hazardous.
At the bottom. The turns in this track are super twisty, making it difficult to stay on sometimes.
Don't say it, guy. Don't say it. We're not saying it. We're not saying it this time. Last time we said it. We're not saying it this time. We're going to be mature. But we're all thinking it. So, hang on. The track is like 13 cars wide. You know what? That's the perfect way to end the DK Mountain segment on. Thank you very much, Gab. Thank you. Special. Where did I put special? I put this as my 10th best. He put this as 8th best. I guess we're not misaligning too much in terms of placement, but what do you think of them individually?
Special Cup. The Special Cup starts off with Cloud Top Cruise. Man, I'm so happy to not be saying a city right now. This is a track that I've always loved. The cloud aesthetic is done super well. Dodging the lightning in the stormy section is also intense, managing to snag a boost panel right before a strike kills.
Shit, special needs? Okay, guys, stop. You guys are being too funny today. We're gonna be here all night if you guys keep making me pause to read the stop.
It's my personal favorite Bowser's Castle in the series. Not only does it visually look phenomenal, but the obstacles here are fantastic.
True.
So much fire, spike balls, and of course the giant Bowser statue punching the road.
True, we're all nodding.
It's so good that even this is my least favorite Rainbow Road in this game. But with that being said, I still think it's a very solid course.
True.
It's quite difficult, so it's very easy to fall off here.
No, he's right. The second turn is hard sometimes.
7, the Triforce Cup.
I put that on, what, 11th? He rates this a little higher than I do. Just to remind us, what was the Triforce Cup again? I think it's just, it was a bit too yo-yo, you know? Like, I think Rainbow Road being in the middle was really awkward as well, so I kind of knocked a few points off of that. Because you always want the last track to be, like, end off strong. And while I think Hyrule Circus is good, I think having a Rainbow Road in the middle just makes it very lopsided, so that's why I ranked it a little lower for that. I knocked a few points off of that.
Ice Ice Outpost has one of the most unique layouts and aesthetics for an ice track. The entire
Blood just really likes green and yellow, I suppose.
Here. On top of that, this track has 3 different shortcuts that are both difficult and don't require a mushroom.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's definitely because I grew up on Super Circuit. But these kinds of shortcuts where, like, let's say the road is like here, but instead instead of like going around like this, you take like a slightly insider path by driving like one of these kinds of shortcuts. These ones have never interested me in the slightest. I might mention them when I talk about a track, but they don't factor into my placing really at all. And it's mainly because I grew up on Double Dash, where like the shortcuts were really charming, like the pipe on Beach Beach, or the shortcuts were like GBA, where they were insane. So growing up with those two games, shortcuts like this just do nothing for me.
My favorite part is definitely inside the castle, though, where a ramp will appear if you activate all 3 switches on the stairs. It's such a perfect way to implement the puzzle element of the franchise.
I say the same thing.
All 4 of the tracks in this cup are really fun. None of them are my absolute favorites, but the consistency here is very high. Alright.
You say that, but then there's a giant ice in the room. I'm just like, oh boy, I don't agree with you there, brother, but sure.
6, the Feather Cup.
It was my top 3. Feather was in my top 3, and you've only put it 6th? Brother. Oh, brother. Is this guy gonna stink?
But the best track in this cup by far is Squeaky Clean Sprint.
Accelerated
this takes place in a
toilets.
giant bathroom is one of the most imaginative tracks in the series. I can't tell if I like this or Ninja Hideaway better. The Feather Cup continues on with having no bad tracks, but this time it's got a pretty distinct standout with Squeaky Clean Sprint. We're really starting to get into the good
True.
stuff. 5, the Egg Cup. Interestingly,
Egg Cup. Where did I put Egg Cup? It was an A. It was, I think I put it 8th best. He put it 5th best, so he ranked it a little higher than me. To refresh our memory, this is the cup. I think I ranked it a little lower because Driftway was the weak link of the bunch. I think that was the only criticism I really had of this cup. I think as a cup, it's really, really solid.
this is easily the best circuit track in the series, and it's hard to even know where to start here. It's got one of my favorite...
The competition is not fierce, but you're right, technically it is. It's like Yoshi Circuit and like Royal Raceway are fighting for best circuit, which is like the Pee Wee Herman car. Like, bro, like no one cares.
Following it up is Excite Bike Arena, which I know is a bit controversial, but I'm personally a big fan of.
Yeah, you know, Odyssey, you were losing me, but you won me. Yes.
It's essentially a giant oval filled with feel like.
Oh, you guys are in shit. That's how you sound, brother. That's how you all sound. That's how you all sound. This is a phenomenal track, okay? This is a good one.
On top of Yoshi Circuit make the Egg Cup a fantastic choice. For the best cup of the Booster Course Pass, we have 4, the Fruit Cup.
I put this in 6th, just to remind ourselves once more. This is the one with Yoshi Island, I know that one. I know that much, at least. I think the reason I put it lower than probably he would have, I think the highs just aren't as high. I think it's very good consistently. I think consistently is a fantastic cup. I just think the competition's a little too fierce once you get up to A+, because A+, you know, I put an A+ there. I think the competition's just a little too fierce, you know, once you get up here.
Amsterdam Drift is one of the most forgettable city tracks. Nothing.
Again, it's just city hatred. Amsterdam at least does a bit more. You're telling me this is less interesting than Berlin, London? New York? Change this to New Donk Drift. Don't change anything else, just change the name. Odyssey Central puts this as #1. Guarantee it.
It follows a very similar format to DK Mountain, launching us up to the top and then tasking us with riding back down.
Although in the case of Summer, I think it does the theme way better.
Now in most other cups, this would be the peak, but the Fruit Cup ends with Yoshi's Island. I am very confident to say that this is the best tour original track.
Everyone nod, we're all gonna nod, okay?
Crossover since it's based on the Yoshi's Island games.
Nod your head, okay? We all agree. He's cooking, let him cook.
There's also such a large variety of locations here, despite this being a standard lap track and not split into sections.
Crossing a cup. Yeah, I'll put this in 5th. Again, the competition is just... So up here, he's cooking up here, at least.
Right out of the gate, we start with a banger with Double Dash Baby Park.
Hey!
Yes.
He's on the... You know what, Odyssey, man? I've been very harsh to you, but you know what? You're winning me back. You are an odd fellow, but I must say... You have some good takes.
It's one of my favorites in the game. Speaking of favorites, Cheeseland is another one of them.
And he's on the... Yes, let's go! Yes, let's go! Yeah! Yeah! You're back. You're so back. This is the greatest redemption arc in YouTube history, honestly. Still don't forgive the bell slander. Listen, I get it, man. That was harsh. That was very harsh. But if you're asking me, I am the head chef in this kitchen. And you guys are like the junior cooks. I get the junior cooks might be upset with my decision. I'm laying him back in. I know, I've seen some murmurs in the back. I've seen some boos. I get it. I'm giving him another chance, though. He's been cooking consistently enough. He's earned his jacket.
And the best retro cup in the game is 2.
Lightning. Lightning in #2. I think I put this in... I put this on, was it 7th, I think? I think mainly it's Grumble. It's just Grumble for me. I think the difference is, I think he's just going to love Grumble. I think that's the difference.
Following this is 7's Piranha Plant Slide, which is based on a classic underground setting from Super Mario Bros. It's shocking this theme hasn't been done before, but they execute it perfectly.
Of course, this is the only stage I didn't elaborate on in my 96 track ranking, and I'm just gonna let him cook. I'm just gonna let him cook.
Piranha plants, Goombas, and pipes, all stuff you'd expect to see here. This also is an anti-gravity section which takes place underwater. Going back to the original version of this track after seeing this feels so wrong and claustrophobic. Hey, but why stop the bangers there? Grumble Volcano from Wii is another absolute...
I can't hear you. I don't like Grumble. Me not liking Grumble is my whole personality. I don't like Grumble. My mind can't be changed. I wrote an essay in my Discord. Excuse me.
Favorite cup in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is 1, the Star Cup.
My ninja.
It's just filled with so many.
Let's go.
I especially love how you basically become the plane and fly up into the sky.
I said the same thing. Absolute bandwagon. Well, guess what, Ray? You can join the bandwagon. Send him home, lad. Send him home.
This is one of the most fun settings in any track, taking place in a massive
True.
Everything about this is so colorful and
Keep cooking. Keep cooking, my man.
What's not to love about
You lost me in the first half, Odyssey, but you are back. You are so best
in the game. Look no further than Mount Wario. This track is an absolute masterpiece.
Spit the facts.
It's another course that the Star Cup gets to remain as the best cup in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
True. If you ask me personally, I think Bell Just about.
A lot of disagreeable and agreeable takes, but either way, you make a fine video, Odyssey Central. His channel will be linked down below. Be sure to check it out if you haven't seen it already. And right before you check out my other fantastic reaction content, be sure to give the video a like on the way out. I've got, who have I got here? I've got Shafrillis on the top, and I've got Benjamage down here. Oh, those are some stellar choices, gamers. And until next time, there's your lot.